My name is Matt Nuclear.
Hello, Matt. Matt Nuclear?
Matt Nuclear, yes.
Matt Nuclear, give me a better handshake than that. Let's do it.
I appreciate having this conversation with a beautiful black woman like yourself. This is nice, beautiful arena here. I disagree that reparations are necessary. I think the most important thing that's necessary right now for the black community would be the stopping of violence, especially black on black violence. I don't see how reparations is going to solve anything. You can give everyone here like a $50,000, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently, a $50,000 check. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States. Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other, according to the FBI?
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Yeah.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going to start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie all the time. One, compare.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
It's interesting because she's a black woman saying stats lie, but if she were to bring up the stat that black women are the most educated, she wouldn't say that was. Not saying that was debunking your argument, but I just noticed a lot of times when you get these black radicals and pro-black people and they talk about the negative statistics about black people, they always say it's a lie. But I think that we all know as black people that we're more likely to be have a crime committed against us by another black person. I believe we should know that. I mean, they could probably be likely to fight you and beat you up and assault you and steal from you and possibly kill you.
I'm just trying to figure out how white people can benefit off that stat.
Because they're going to pay, they can benefit off of it by painting black people the bad guy in her book and pinning you down and oppressing you with fake statistics.
But how would that help you?
White supremacists.
No. But like from their perspective, from her perspective, how would inflating a stat help a white person in any way?
It helps them by dehumanizing us.
But how did it help them get money or get anything? You didn't get it. It doesn't help at all. I really don't see that.
I guess that's
why are they
racism. It's racism.
No, but okay, so racism used to be, right, real racism was, okay, let's hold them, redlining, things like that will actually affect your life. But lying about a stat, how would that help you,
if you
in any way? It wouldn't.
You could turn on television and see that these stats are correct.
Bro, you can go outside and see that they're correct.
So, I mean,
sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going to start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie all the time. One, comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't believe that happens at all. No one here is
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe
I'm telling
this?
the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my God, this is scary.
That's a good
You
point,
need to think
Mace.
about me as your mama. Do not talk to me in that fashion.
What?
So let's check that now.
What did he say was disrespectful?
So on a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So
They
there's
are right
simply
now.
no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off. When we talk about systemic racism, we can start with even the fact that redlining, which was implemented to discriminate black communities. Are you shaking your head that redlining doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying I don't think it really existed at all. I mean, no, I don't think so at all.
So it does exist. And stating that it doesn't exist doesn't make it no longer exist. Redlining absolutely exists. It is not something that's being made up. It's an empirical fact. And there are realities that exist because of redlining. We know that school systems are related to the way that property taxes are affecting the school systems. If a school system is not getting the same property value as the property taxes allow it, then it's not going to have the same efficacy at.
Oh boy, I remember the day we debunked this. They said, the schools are not properly funded. When we looked up, I have it in my brain still. Y'all can go look it up. I remember, I think it was the Woodlands, Texas, and what other school we looked up? Like a HUD school in Houston.
I don't know, Spring.
And if you look up, in every situation, the HUD schools quote unquote black schools are funded better than the white schools. In Edmond, Oklahoma, I remember we looked it up, my hometown. I think Edmond is, it's a good town, good schools. I think it was $4,000 to $5,000 per student they were spending versus in OKC, where the schools are bad, it was almost double, $8,000 per student. You can look this up, guys. These are stats, these are numbers.
You can look it up in your city. This is in every city.
Because they got to pay for the metal detectors to make sure them niggas ain't bringing guns through. Fact. Sorry if your feelings are hurt, but facts don't care about feelings.
School system is not getting the same property value as the property taxes allow it, then it's not going to have the same efficacy at allowing for students to be able to get what they deserve. When we talk about systemic racism, we have to acknowledge that these private prisons are literally built based on the test scores of school students in 3rd grade. So if you are literally building prisons with the onset of, okay, if these people are not reaching a certain reading level, then we know that they're going to go down a prison industrial pipeline where we can use their free labor. Then how is that not systemic? And if you want to
stop them from entering prisons,
how are you going to stop people from entering prisons if your goal is to get them into prison?
Sure, make them try to be more like Ben Carson than be like King Von. That's very, very simple.
Ooh. So how does King Von happen?
So is she calling black people dumb?
I like it.
Yeah, essentially. Because she's saying the 3rd graders are gonna make lower grades because they're black.
Yeah,
that's what she's saying.
It's interesting that she's like using this argument that black people are dumb to try to prove that the system is racist, and he's saying we should teach the young black kids to strive to be like Ben Carson, who is a black doctor, surgeon, all these things, instead of a street rapper who's a
serial killer.
Yeah, I mean, like
literal.
And she seems to think that's some ridiculous thing to say.
Like what?
When these people that decide to be in the streets, their schools that they attend have all the resources that
every
any
resource
school
you could ever want.
It's the culture that's the problem, and that goes back to Are these niggas dumb?
How are you going to stop people from entering prisons if your goal is to get them into prison?
Sure, make them try to be more like Ben Carson than be like King Von. That's very, very simple.
So how does King Von happen? How does King Von happen?
King Von,
reparations. Actually, no, let me land the plane. We're talking about reparations, and what you're doing is actually just trying to get this conversation off the facts. And the fact is, reparations are just and necessary because on a basic level, black people built this country, and the country continues to thrive off of the labor that black people put into this country. And it would behoove you, young man, to really understand the way that your ancestors put blood, sweat, and tears into this nation that is still living off of those blood, sweat, and tears. And let me also add, there are reparations and then there is remunerations.
I'm so sorry. But wouldn't it be, say that you are right? Wouldn't the ancestors want you to thrive off of what they built instead of continue to cry and whine and complain about the country that you're in? They went through all these things. Black people back in the day really went to fight to get people into schools, fight for equal rights. Just for y'all to still complain about it? Right. Use your equal rights. Go to school. Get a job. Take care of your kids.
Slavery happened everywhere.
And guess what?
Who ended slavery here?
White people. Oh, who brought the slaves here? Black people. Other black people sold black people here, and we complain about, do you think that white people went over there with nets and caught them niggas? No. I'm sorry for saying the N-word, but no, that's not what happened. Other tribes captured other tribes and sold them. Oh, the white man. Well, so black people are completely innocent there. Let's be real, y'all. Let's stop caring about feelings and let's look at what really, really happens.
I love that they use the example that black people built this nation. Black people built and fought and died for the opportunities we have today. For a lot of black people to try to use what our ancestors went through when they were fighting and building the opportunities that we have as a crutch for why they're not successful, as an excuse for why they can't get ahead and why they can't achieve and get a job and do all these things. It's ridiculous to me. Like, they use these arguments to advocate for why they need handouts and things, but then also use the same argument to turn around and use it as excuse for their lack of success.
Yeah.
Also add, there are reparations and then there is remunerations. Do you know the difference?
Yes, but can I finish one
No,
point that I wanted
answer
to
the
say?
question.
Ben Carson's cousins were killed at a very young.
I'm so sorry. You've been.
How are you? I'm
Yes, hair.
Jasmine, the pretty good.
Late.
Say less outfit. Okay.
Thank you.
So this is my thing. I think the premise of your question was black on black crime. So I think I'm coming from a place, and I guess my issue is having had my biological father murdered by a black man, having had my cousin shot in the head by a black man. We can talk numbers and statistics and what the people are doing and what the white man is doing and all that. But at the end of the day, I see when my family lives on the south side of Chicago, and I think you and I both can attest to this, and I'm not saying that there are not other factors, but we know that we kill each other at a disproportionate rate than any other race.
Yes.
Now, why we do that and why 6,000 to 9,000 black men are going to be homicided or killed or whatever by the end of the year annually by other black men, whereas the likelihood of a black man being killed by a white police officer is less than 150 per year, we know that we kill each other at a higher rate. So I'm not debating that there are not factors at play, but because I've lived the experience as a black woman losing.
I'm sorry, but this stat over here is crazy. Only 238 black men have been killed by police since 2017.
That's
Per
just
year.
per
Per
year.
year.
Per year?
But that some would say, well, that's too many, and it is sad. But to
okay.
keep it real, these are the people that are murdering. So if you murder and you get murdered, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
But how many black men kill black men a year? I bet it's all way over.
It's 90%. The black on black crime rate is 90%.
That's what I'm saying.
It also, I would also like to point out, it does say that this is 60% higher than the 150 per year, which is alarming to some, I would say. I think it is concerning when you look at it. But every time we see a police body cam footage, we always see black people misbehaving, screaming, escalating the situation, not helping themselves and doing themselves any favors. So this statistic could possibly be a direct result of that. Now, I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying.
Or yes, could it be a result of 6% of the population committing 56% of the murders? Would it be applicable to understand that those people who are murdering could get murdered more?
And when you teach the youth and kids that the police are against you and are your enemy,
ACAB
and all these things, like, and you don't teach them how to properly have respect in these type of situations, I mean, this also could be another direct result of that.
Even the question doesn't make sense. Black on black crime is a result of underinvestment and over-policing. How would policing increase crime?
So what they're saying is the crime rate is a direct result of the neighborhoods having no money. So they're saying the crime rate is a direct result of poverty, and the crime,
I see that part.
The poverty crime would in turn have the neighborhoods be over policed.
But wouldn't policing stop crime?
I could understand like the arrest rate being due to those things, but black on black crime.
They made you go shoot them?
It's like so the police are the reason that
Then
black
you went
people
and
are
shot
committing
someone?
crimes against other
My
black
point.
people. The
police forced you to go kill
All
someone.
right,
Yeah,
let's
that's
see the
interesting
answer
to me.
here.
We kill each other at a higher rate. So I'm not debating that there are not factors at play, but because I've lived the experience as a black woman losing my father to be murdered by a black man, walking
I'm
down
sorry
the
to
street
hear that,
being,
by the way.
No worries, thank you. But walking down the street in inner cities and different things, knowing that it's more likely that my own brother will rob and rape me than a white man or a white officer, we gotta
own
be
brother.
ready.
What's your proximity to white men,
Black man, brother.
in the south side of Chicago? Are there even white men around to rob and rape you at the same rate that there are black men?
There are white men around.
At the same rate?
There wasn't a lot of black people in there, but then that doesn't justify the fact that we're destroying each other. So even if we get to the root, like
we can agree on that,
okay,
sis.
because I feel like a lot of
Nothing
times liberals will argue
justifies.
like, well,
I'm not
the
a
white people
liberal.
are killing
I am not
people.
I'm not a liberal.
Yes,
Okay,
you
well,
are.
I will say that people that sometimes have your stance that are against conservatives, maybe they have this claim that they're making it up, they're making up the numbers. We know that we do that to each other. So I want to get to the root of the issue.
Real.
Why are
What
we
is
killing
the
each
root of
other?
the issue?
I think the root of the issue is we've lost our values and we've lost our resilience as black people. We sit there and we talk about what the white man did and we talk about slavery and everything like that, but we have no self-accountability
None.
and say, you know what, at the end of the day, that is my black grandmother, that is my black sister, you are my black sister, and you know that a black man is more likely to rob you or commit some type of crime against you, and that's what we need to get down to the issue of. And like you were talking about earlier, like, hey, well, what's going on? You know, what do you think the answer is to one of the brothers that were speaking? I think it's the breakdown of the family. I think, like he said, because of our poor choices, and what happens is we look at domestic violence, for example. When domestic violence, women or men are even attacked, what is the first thing we say? It's like, you know what? It's not your what? It's not your fault. So that's what we do. We hold on to this narrative narrative that, well, it's not our fault and the issues in our community are not our fault and the white man needs to give us something. The old white lady down the street is looking at me and I don't know why she got braids in her hair. And we focus on all these other stupid things that don't matter.
I like her.
We don't get to the root of the fact that we're killing each other at a higher rate than any other race. It is self-hatred amongst us. I believe that we can do that. That my mom's cousin, coming from the church parking lot, and guess who stuck her up and robbed her at gunpoint? A black man.
I need you to get to the point.
Like,
so
my
I can
point
respond.
is that no, and I'm not trying to be funny. Unless, like you said, we're gonna keep it respectful.
Yeah,
so
but you're monopolizing the whole conversation. And
I'm
we're
not
not
trying.
being
Okay, I'm
able
gonna let
to
you speak, but let's not get the
Yes.
attitudes and stuff because you're my sister and I respect you. So
I don't have an attitude. I'm being direct to you, but you're literally speaking this, and you're not going to do that with me either.
Okay,
so you're
I'm
stating your
respecting
point, and you've been stating your point for quite some time.
So
Do you have a reason for me to respond?
Would you allow me to respond? So that's a better response. Go ahead.
The response that I have for you is that everything you're saying does not exist in a vacuum. I actually agree with you in that, yes, there has been an incredible denigration of Black worth and Black pride in this nation. I think it's also very important to acknowledge what has contributed to that. And to state that it is only Black people that have contributed to that is a false flag. So we have to admit that. So in order to have this conversation around how we got here, you can't say, oh, well, we're caring about the white woman getting braids and that doesn't matter and this thing. All of that attaches. All of that is actually a very big part of the lack of worth of Black people.
I'll ask you, do you think we're resilient? What does resilience mean to you? Do you think we have to be perpetual victims, or do you think that Black people are resilient?
I think that those are two different conversations. I think the concept of Black people being victims is really trying to not provide accountability to where the root problem for the actual cause is. And if we keep saying that somebody is a victim and that doesn't mean that the other person should have to actually have accountability, then what are we really doing? You can do both. You can be a victim and be resilient.
How do we do both if you stay in the victimhood? That's my question.
But your statement about Black people staying in the victim place is also your point of view.
But how do we rise above it?
We continue to rise above it by, one, pouring into our communities with mutual aid, but two, by simultaneously making sure that we are challenging the systems that are in place to impede us. We have so many opportunities where we are trying to do mutual aid, and those things get disrupted by folks who want to have capitalist gain, by folks who want privatization. We used to have all these mom and pop businesses in our communities.
There's over 3 million Black millionaires in America right now. You are an intelligent Black woman that is successful.
That's irrelevant.
No one's stopping me from doing anything. I'm an intelligent Black woman that graduated.
Many efforts have tried to stop me from doing what I do. We are not all equal in our capabilities. And we are not all equal in our ability to be invested in by others.
I agree.
We are not all equal in our trauma.
Are we resilient?
We can't say we because it is a false equivalency.
I believe that every Black person has resilience.
We keep trying.
Man, I like her, man. Man, I like her.
I'm so sorry. You've been voted out.
So Amanda used something as an argument. We're not all equal in our capability.
Right.
Okay, so if we know that we're not all equal in our capability, why are we sitting around crying when some people are not as successful as others? Because my argument is we're all capable to go out and find success if we apply ourselves. But her argument was, well, we're not all capable to be successful and be invested in by others.
So Black people too dumb.
So why are they not all capable? Is it because some people make poor decisions? Is it because some people are dumber and shoot themselves in the foot, which is why they're not capable to do the same things that others are capable of doing?
This
I
is
wonder
so,
what that may be.
I looked up how much the Houston Hoods gets basically in grants per year. I guess to build up the community is $250 million.
Compare that to the Woodlands.
I compared it to Sugar Land, and it said about, what was Sugar Land?
They'll say Sugar Land racist. Listen to the name.
Sugar Land is because that's where sugar cane comes from.
It's $500 million.
Who is?
Sugar Land.
So Sugar Land has more.
But Sugar Land's bigger.
Then,
Sugar Land has a lot more to.
So what is your point then?
I just feel like the hood gets just as much as investments, or they're not disproportionately giving the investments to just white neighborhoods and not giving them to Black.
Well, I think everyone understands.
Say that the investment in the nicer neighborhoods would be because there's going to be more ROI. Like there's going to be more people to come work in the businesses. It's going to be safer and cleaner. It's longer to last, safer to shop, things like that. And in the hood, I mean, it's not the same.
Because of who?
But you get it. I mean, you also besides the grants, because
who's committing the crime?
Poverty.
because of the black people there.
But look, besides the government grants,
bro, let's just stop being y'all. No, we need to stop. We need to stop being so nice, bro. We need to stop being nice and worrying about people's feelings because guess what? That is why black people are in the position that we are in now because everyone cares about their feelings and we're like, oh, we don't want to offend them, but we don't tell them the truth, and that's actually hurting them. That's actually disabling them. We need to tell them, look, black people are black people's biggest problem, not white people, not systematic oppression, not America, not none of that. And the more we avoid that to save their feelings, the more we're actually hurting them because once you realize the truth will set you free.
Hey, you ain't never heard me give them niggas a benefit of the doubt not one day and since you've been knowing me. Well, maybe a long time ago. But
Back in the day.
Maybe not even then. I've been didn't get niggas no benefit of the doubt. But at the end of the day, black people are getting funding. In schools and in the neighborhoods. The only other funding that comes to basically, I guess, the hood is basically investments from entrepreneurs that live there. So if businesses can't run in the hood, then you're not gonna have better You're not gonna have just as much investment as the damn suburbs. It's not gonna happen.
It's all very simple.
The government is doing what they can do. Point blank, period.
I'd also like to point out the fact that I saw a video of a back to school drive in a less fortunate neighborhood, right? Everybody was out there chilling, good vibes, and then people start fighting and shooting. That is the problem.
Wait, what color were they?
They were black.
Oh.
And that's the problem. You have these black people who are quick to resort to violence against other black people off of minor inconveniences.
You still throw my shoe?
And it constantly brings down the entire community. It brings down everything. It's the reason why people are dying. The neighborhoods are being destroyed. People don't want to be there. People don't want to be around them. They don't want to even extend business to people from certain areas due to the crime. And then people who happen to look like those people in that area are suffering from the consequence. That is the problem. Yeah. That is the problem. That is a problem. And no one wants to admit that. These black people that are committing the crimes are the problem. These black people that want to be thuggish and uphold that and defend that because of who they might offend are the problem. We need to all, as a people, come out and be against these crime committing idiots. People quick to just say free a rapper when he commit a crime. Oh, he's the thug. They say, oh, Gunna's a snitch. He got out of jail. And now they want to talk down on him because he didn't stay in jail. That type of shit is ridiculous to me.
And
this is where we are as a people.
Then they're going to call us coons. The number one problem is the culture. The number one problem is the culture. It is not who, at this point, I'm not going to say it's who y'all vote for. Because none of that can save y'all. Trump can't save y'all. Barack can't save y'all.
Only one man
Kamala
can.
Can't save y'all.
Jesus.
Nobody can save what's going on in the black community.
Only Jesus.
Only reason we get on y'all ass, Only reason we get on y'all ass for voting Democrat is because y'all blindly vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Regardless, you guys are going to get grants every year from any party in the hood to try to build up your neighborhood. It is on y'all to keep it safe and build it up, period.
Real quick, what will a black man get more heckling and slack for? Not taking care of their kids or snitching? Which one is worse in the black community?
Both of
we
them.
all know.
Both of them are bad. Both of them are bad.
Nobody gives a damn about taking care of your kids. 2/3 of black men do not take care of their kids.
70%
no one gives a damn.
Are born
no one
to
gives a
single
damn.
parent homes.
No one in the black community
70%.
cares about people who take care of their kids.
Yeah, that's true. That's
black
facts.
men do not
That's
take
facts.
care of their kids. That's a fact. 2 to 3%. Two of three do not do it.
Yeah.
And he snitched. Oh my gosh, it's never. He don't take care of his kids. I've never heard a nigga say that in my life. They said, boy, he got 10 baby mamas. Boy, he like that. Boy. He gets a lot of pussy. Yeah.
Both of them 2 out of 3.
No, it's not.
2 out of 3.
No, it's not. 3 out of 3, they gonna get on your ass for snitching. 0 out of 3, they gonna get on you for not taking care of your kids.
2 out of 3 black people care about, snitching. Not all black people care about if you snitched or not.
I think they do. I take
All black people.
All ghetto black people. All niggas. We all know there's 2 different races here, y'all. I hate saying the N-word, but it's we do need to use it sometimes. You got black people who take care of their kids, who don't commit crime. And then you got niggas who care about snitching more than taking care of their kids.